Continuing on the cultural vein, I'm not sure whether you can guess who is our most colourful member in the club. Bev Rainbow. If you missed out last year, you're in for a treat. And she's still got lots to talk about. So listen carefully, because you won't want to miss a word. So please welcome Bev Rainbow.
Oh goody, another chance to be centre of attention and talk about me. Now you're probably not going to believe me when I tell you I've been happily married for 30 years. And this year we celebrated our 38th wedding anniversary. You'll have to think about that, won't you? And yes, there is a tolerant man out there, and girls know he's not deaf. And I know this for a fact, because I've tried whispering when he's about to tee off, and he's got fantastic hearing. Anyway, when I married Mr. Wright 38 years ago, wasn't till we got to the altar, and of course his middle name was Always, but being married to me for 38 years, he's dropped that initial A and we've changed it for N-O, not often right. And we're trying to have a bit of fun before we just become Mr. and Mrs. OK, old and cranky. So we've been doing a bit of travelling lately, you know, the adventure before dementia style thing. And we've travelled down the Great Ocean Road, and we've been to Europe for 6 weeks. And I was really thrilled to see Coles has a travel toiletries area now. They've got the little shampoos, little conditioners. You get in the shower with 57-year-old eyes, and how do you distinguish the shampoo from the conditioner? Same size bottle, same colour, same shape. Well, I've solved that problem. Went to my golf bag, I've put a big S on the shampoo and a big C on the conditioner. Solved that problem. Now, who thought it was a good idea to put the KY lubricant in exactly the same tube as the toothpaste? Maybe that's where they got that term oral sex, I don't actually understand. Anyway, look, it hasn't been all bad losing your eyesight. Because earlier this year my husband wanted to buy me a diamond ring, and I said, well, I don't want to have to put my glasses on for it. I don't know how blind he thought I was, but I've ended up with one the size of Texas, and I've even found a glove to accommodate it. That's just in case anyone in the golf club hasn't actually seen it yet. Anyway, look, on these travels, you sometimes get lost at this age, don't you? And you see those great big boards on the side of the road with a map on them. So you stop at them, and there's a big circle saying, you are here. Now, look, I find that really scary, because, you know, we're totally lost and somebody knows where we are. And look, I think Lainey and Carol and Lynn are right. I shouldn't have joined Facebook. I'm trying to get off. But look, we've solved that problem as well, because our new car's got GPS. And we've found this lovely English lady, Judy, and she tells my husband where to go. He's used to that, you know. And Judy's telling you take the first exit at the roundabout, which is usually left, and you look ahead and you see this great craft shop. Well, look, girls, I was brought up in the 50s and you did what you were told. So I'm really nervous when I continue straight ahead, because she almost seems frantic when she says, perform a U-turn now. Now, look, I do know Judy can't jump at a console and chase me around the house with a wooden spoon like my mother used to, but I'm not sure technology hasn't advanced that far. Anyway, on these trips we've been playing a bit of golf, and I don't know how my husband hasn't had a divot taken out of his head. I know I'm not the only one whose husbands try to be very helpful, but girls, rule 6.10, 2-point penalty for advice, and I I wasn't playing a particularly good game, and I said, look, if I go in that water, I'm going to drown myself in it. And do you know what he said? Do you think you can keep your head down? Now, I'll have to ask Trudy if that's advice, but I gave him a 2-point penalty. Travels, we were with a group down at Dormy House, and it wasn't until the first dinner that I realised some of the men had been giving give-me's. Now, I'd missed a few short putts that day, and the conversation got a bit ugly. It was very heated, and we all know, girls, don't we? Unless you're playing match play, there's no such thing as a give-me. Well, I went to bed that night a bit miffed, and my husband came over to my side of the bed. He was about 6 inches away, and I said, that's a gimme. A lot more satisfaction putting out. And then I had a game of golf. Men are funny on the golf course, aren't they? I had a game of golf with this man the other day, and I was very diligently keeping his score, and I said, 6 for you, was it? No, I was a 5. And I'm going, Look, I'll write down a 4 because it does say preferred lies today. And, you know, were these men really designed to play golf? How do they find their ball in the bush? You know, it's this big. They can't find the milk in the fridge or their socks. Golf hole is 4 inches in diameter, and they get their ball in that. Do you know the average toilet pant's 14 inches in diameter? They can't get anything in that. Well, look, enough about men. We're going to have a pause from men. That's where they got that term menopause from. And I was just thinking, looking around, you know, at all the baby boomers all going through menopause, having hot flushes, that maybe that's what's contributed to the global warming. But don't look at me, I'm not responsible. I've never had a hot flush. But I've had my own global issues. Can I tell you, my polar ice caps are going south. My Brazilian rainforest is definitely thinning out. The Tropic of Cancer's dropped below my equatorial belt. I've got hail damage on my buttocks. And while I'm getting really personal, I have to confess to a certain amount of greenhouse gas emissions. Julia Gillard's not going to tax those because I might have to sell this ring. Well, look, that's why we go out on the golf course, isn't it, girls, to get away from all these problems. And then they go and bring in this new handicap system. Now, whose handicap actually improved? Not many, so we're all under an illusion. Well, I took 4 years to get down from a 36 to a 32. In the press of a computer, I'm back up to 36. And now every week I go, my handicap's up and down like a bride's nightie. And I'm really, really worried for you A-graders. You know, you're becoming an endangered species. And with the new slope system, you know, I think you actually could become extinct. Speaking about A-graders, and yes, Jenny Roberts, don't you sit there looking so smug. You're not really that clever at all, you know, because last week I played with Jenny and she went round an 80. And she paid Jared $10. That cost her 12 cents a shot. Now, I don't want to get Jared into trouble, but he gave me a much better deal. I only paid 8 cents a shot, and I got to have 120 of them. So look, life's a lot of fun, isn't it? And it's not a permanent thing anyway. So that's all for tonight. But just before I go, last year some of you girls laughed when I said I was going to do stand-up comedy. Well, no one's laughing now, are they?